Welcome to Moonlight Drift Stories, a place where your mind can rest and your heart can soften into stillness. Tonight, we drift into the quiet winter streets of Chicago, a city wrapped in snow, holding warmth in small corners and gentle light behind frosted glass. This is not a story of rushing, or noise, or urgency. It is a story of calm, of unexpected closeness, and the way winter sometimes brings two souls quietly together, like snowflakes drifting toward the same warm window. Take a deep breath in and exhale gently. Let the world become quiet now. You are safe. You are here. And this moment belongs to peace. Snow floats through the Chicago night like feathers untethered from dreams. Slow, silent, content to land wherever winter wishes. Not a storm, just a gentle hush, falling from a silver sky, settling over rooftops, benches, and the quiet river walk. Evelyn pulls her wool scarf higher as she walks, her breath making soft clouds in the cold. It's late. Later than she planned to be outside. But the room at the hotel felt too still, too full of thoughts with nowhere to go. So she chooses movement, chooses air, chooses snow. Chicago in winter can feel enormous in the daytime. Stone and steel rising like quiet giants. But at night, veiled in snowfall, the edges soften. The city feels almost tender. She passes a little cafe tucked below a string of mellow lights. Windows fogged, blow inside golden and kind. A soft laugh escapes from within. Without meaning to, Evelyn smiles. The cold finds her fingertips, and she pauses beneath a street lamp, letting its amber halo warm the snowfall around her. That's when she sees him. A man in a charcoal coat brushes snow from a bench with a gloved hand. Amused in the way of people who know winter always wins. He glances up. Their eyes meet. He offers a small, quiet smile. Not bold, not forward, just kind. Evelyn nods back. The night feels a little less big. Looks like the bench won't give up, he says softly, the snow already reclaiming the space he cleared. It's determined, she replies. Maybe it thinks we should keep walking. He huffs a light laugh, the sort that fogs in the air. It might be right. I'm Noah, by the way. Evelyn. They stand there for a moment, the snow quietly threading the distance between them, the river a slow, dark ribbon. There's a place a few blocks up, Noah says. Open late when it snows. They'll make hot chocolate like it's a rescue mission. Evelyn considers, only briefly. The air around him already feels easy. I could be rescued, she says lightly. He gestures down the path. They begin to walk. Snow crochets lace across railings and the riverwalk. City lights turning each flake into a brief spark. Footsteps soften under the dusting, and the night settles into a gentle rhythm. They say little at first. Silence that isn't empty, but companionable, like a blanket shared across a couch. I used to come out during storms, Noah admits after a time. As a kid, the city felt like it belonged to anyone brave enough to walk in it. Brave or restless? Evelyn asks. He smiles. Both. And you? He adds. Are you out here on purpose? On purpose, she says softly. And in avoidance. She lifts one shoulder. It's been a loud month. I needed quiet that didn't feel like being alone. Noah nods like he knows exactly what she means. They turn onto a side street where the snow is thicker, lining the sills and the black iron rails in clean white. Ahead, a door glows under a small red canopy. A sign in the window reads, Coco and Company. Rescue mission, Noah murmurs. Lead the way. The bell above the door gives a soft, old-fashioned ring as they step inside. Warmth gathers around them at once. Cinnamon in the air. Vanilla. A memory of orange peel. A woman behind the counter smiles like she's been expecting them. Welcome in, she says. 2? A 2, Noah answers. Hot chocolate. And maybe the kind with the little marshmallows. Marshmallows are non-negotiable on a night like this, the woman says, scribbling on a pad with a flourish. Find a window. I'll bring them. They settle by the glass. Snow painting the outside world in soft strokes. The cafe, a gold-lit harbour around them. Evelyn unloops her scarf and smooths it on her lap. She feels suddenly aware of the quiet between them. But it's not awkward. It's full of tiny threads. The clink of cups. The hiss of milk. Someone's low laugh from the back room. Noah rests his hands around the empty space where a mug will soon be. Are you visiting or returning? He asks gently. Visiting, she says. Work brought me. I stayed to remember what quiet felt like. And it feels like this, she admits. Snow. A window. Someone not demanding anything of me. He nods. I'm sorry the month was loud. Me too, she says, and her smile is small but genuine. The hot chocolate arrives, thick, dark, generous, topped with a small mountain of soft white marshmallows and a delicate curl of orange zest. See, the barista says, placing them down. Rescue mission. She taps the table once with a gloved knuckle and drifts away. They sip. Heat moves through their fingers into their wrists, through their chests into their shoulders. Evelyn closes her eyes briefly. This is ridiculous, she says softly. It tastes like being 10. 10 was a good age for hot chocolate, Noah says. Also for believing snow could fix things. They share a glance that says, perhaps it still can. They talk in small stories. Not the high-stakes ones. Not the ones that require a map. Just pieces. Noah mentions the bookstore 2 blocks away, where the owner remembers everyone's favourite author. He admits he moved back to the city after years away, because he missed how people in Chicago stand in doorways to hold them open for strangers. Evelyn shares that she travels for work, that airports feel like small universes where timelines shift. And sometimes she forgets what day it is, but never what city she's in at night. Nights have personalities, she says. Chicago's is steady. He smiles. Steady is a nice word. Better than resilient. Resilient means you had to survive something. Steady means you already are something, she says. They let it sit between them like a shared candle. The barista returns with 2 tiny cookies shaped like snowflakes. On the house, she says, for the brave. We were restless, Noah says, amused. Restless counts, the barista says, smiling as she leaves. Evelyn looks at the window. Snow still falls, but softer now, as if the sky itself is ready to sleep. Thank you for bringing me here, she says, for the rescue. I only know the door, he says gently. You walked through it. They step outside again, tucking into scarves and pockets as warmth lingers from the mugs. The street is quiet. The snow hushes tires and footsteps alike. Will you miss it? Noah asks after a block. When you go back? This, she says, glancing at the haloed lamps and the curl of their breath. Yes. But I can carry it. She taps her chest, just above her scarf. Here. He nods. Good. Things are easier to carry when they're quiet. They drift toward the riverwalk again, the water moving like a steady thought under the bridges. Far off, a train hums. Not rushing, just passing through. Evelyn pauses at the railing. For a long moment, neither speaks. The world is a living stillness, breathing, but untroubled. "Do you ever feel," she asks, "that some nights are like little rooms the world makes for us, just to rest in, without needing to explain anything?" "Yes," he says simply. "Tonight is one." They continue, footsteps aligning, like two measures of the same quiet song. When they reach the hotel canopy, warm light pools across the sidewalk, and the doorman's cap carries a soft dusting of snow. Evelyn turns to Noah, not quite ready to say goodnight, but ready to rest. "Thank you," she says again. And this time she means for more than hot chocolate. Noah understands. "You're welcome," he answers, and means more than you know. "I'm leaving tomorrow," she says, more to be honest with the night than to apologize for it. "It makes sense," he says, then adds lightly, "Good thing Chicago mornings have bakeries. There's one near the park that opens early. If you wanted to meet before you go." The rest of the sentence is a soft invitation, and the winter air holds it without pressure. Evelyn feels the gentlest lift in her chest, like the idea of morning has exhaled. "What time?" "8, he says, as though that time belongs to people who choose soft starts. She nods. "I'll be there." He doesn't step closer, doesn't make the moment heavier than it needs to be. He just offers his hand, a warm, steady shake across the small distance. "Good night, Evelyn." "Good night, Noah." He turns and walks into the falling snow, coat gathering white along the shoulders. Steps unhurried, like a person who knows exactly where the morning will find him. Evelyn watches until the night folds around him. Then she steps inside. The elevator hums gently. She removes her coat in the soft light of the room, lays the scarf across a chair like a ribbon of winter. Outside the window, snow continues its quiet ceremony. She sits on the edge of the bed and closes her eyes. The warmth of the cafe returns in memory. Cinnamon, orange, the shape of a mug against her palms. She thinks of Noah's words about nights that are rooms, about carrying quiet in the chest where it can keep its shape. She lies back, blanket drawn up, breathing slow. Sleep comes like a gentle snowfall, not all at once, but steadily, softly, until the world is covered. The bakery smells like warmth learned into flour, yeast and butter, and a happiness that doesn't shout. Noah is already there, hands wrapped around a paper cup, a smile that is relief and hello. You found it, he says. You said early, she answers, and I wanted to meet morning where it started. They stand at the window with coffee and a pastry they promise to split. And don't. Flakes of sugar gather on their gloves. The city wakes gently beyond the glass. They talk about nothing heavy, where the best benches are when the snow melts, which bookstore cat sleeps in the mystery section, how the river looks like a band of steel when the wind leans on it. Time moves the way it should move on mornings like this. Kindly. When it is time to go, not with a rush, but with the simple math of travel, they walk to the corner together. Will you be back? Noah asks, as if the city itself wants to know. Yes, Evelyn says, and she is surprised by how easy the word is. Soon, I think. They exchange numbers like people who will use them, not like people collecting souvenirs. Noah steps back, hands in his coat again, snow cresting on the brim of his cap. Safe flight, he says. I'll keep the bench clear next time. You'll lose, she teases. Winter always wins. We'll let it, he says. Some things deserve to. They share one more smile, the kind that fits in a pocket, to be carried past security and all the way into the sky. Evelyn turns toward the taxi stand. Noah turns toward the river. Both carry the same small, steady warmth. On the plane, Evelyn takes the window seat. Chicago stretches below, white roofs, dark lines of streets. The Great Lake like a sheet of pewter. She rests her head and closes her eyes. When the city falls away beneath the wing, she does not feel the ache of leaving something unfinished. Some stories begin without rushing. They begin the way snow begins, quietly and completely enough. Back on the riverwalk, Noah brushes a bench clear with his gloved hand. He laughs to himself as the snow returns. He lets it. He looks up at the city and thinks, morning is a rescue mission too. As the music fades and your dreams drift deeper, know that you are safe. You are loved, and this moment belongs only to peace. May your night be calm, your rest be deep, and your dreams